my God. All right. See, I know how to do all this crazy stuff before and not get caught on air. Haha. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the His Point Her View podcast, episode 23. I am here with my aggravating host, Katina. Say hello to the people. Oh, now you want to act brand new to the people. Okay. I see. And she decided to get on camera too for y'all. But she want to act brand new. I get you. All right.
Oh, give me a break. I just figured that it was time for me to get back on camera. Don't start no mess.
I can't because I'm sick as hell. And I don't. It's going to be bad enough. I'm going to be trying to mute myself from coughing like a crazy person. So just know that if I get silent for a minute, that's because I'm having a coughing spell because this cold is kicking my ass. Goddamn, brother. Anyway, so we're going to get right into the topics because somebody got stuff to do. Somebody wants to be sociable and take trips and do all types of things and all that and rush people.
You should be proud of me because you know that I am an introvert and I normally like long walks in the park with just me and my headphones. So be happy.
I had to cough on that one.
Whatever.
Anyway, so you are the topic master today. So
I'm not an introvert?
Huh?
So I'm not an introvert?
No, you're not.
I'm not.
I dispute that. I dispute that claim. You're never home.
When?
You ain't never home.
Well,
put it this way: you ain't never home when I need you. Okay. So
whatever.
Yeah, an introvert mind.
Okay. So, anyways, I am introverted. Okay, so guys, one of our first topics is this Shea Moisture mess that's going on. So for those of you that don't know, Shea Moisture was an African-American company who catered to African-American men and women. Well, they got bought out by Loreal, I believe. And so now they're wanting to present themselves, market themselves as a more diverse company. And in that diversity, they've completely left us out. So they have this commercial, and I've seen it, but it has the word love, and it's all these different people of different races using the products. And it's caused an uproar because it's predominantly for African Americans. So there's a bunch of hoopla on Twitter about it. So Mike has heard a little bit about it. I'll just say my piece on it, and then I'll go from there. So I am an African American woman, ta-da, in case y'all didn't know. But so I believe in supporting businesses and people that look like me. Many people have said that that's a racist or that it's not fair, not right, whatever. And my thought process is this: we see it all the time. The Jewish communities, we see it in the Hispanic communities, the Asian communities, we see it. So I don't see what the problem is in us doing it as African Americans. I would prefer to shop with someone that looks like me, not for any type of racial reason, but simply because I want to help my community. I want to build my community back up. I want to see what we saw years and years ago that, you know, many people don't know about and don't talk about. I want to see another Black Wall Street. And so I want to support businesses that cater to me and whose main people look like me. However, Loreal has not been known to cater to the African American community at all. And then another reason, Mike, that I wanted to discuss this is because, one, I'm natural. So this affects me, not just me, but me. And so that's why I wanted to discuss it. I've seen different things on Twitter, Facebook, run the gamut of it doesn't matter, it's just shampoo, or it doesn't matter, it's just hair products. It doesn't matter, they're still going to make the products for you. And what myself and people that I've talked to, we're all saying the same things. It does matter. And it matters because of this. It matters because you want our dollars. You want our hard-earned dollars. And this is crazy. I can walk into the store. I can go into the shampoo aisle. There may be a $2, $3 bottle of shampoo. Very, very decent sized bottle of shampoo. But if I go to the aisle that caters to me, that same size of shampoo by a different company, or even by the same company, if they put on there especially for, or created for, or great for, and they say either, coarse hair, African American hair, or whatever, that bottle of shampoo will cost $10 to $15. So that's why things like that matters to me and to those of us that have an issue with it. I try to buy black whenever I can. So, like, when I go to the hairstylist, I try to go to a black hairstylist. There are definitely people that are of different races that can do my hair. I mean, hey, when I lived in Nebraska, my hairstylist was a white woman. So definitely that. But I mean, I want it to be known that Shea Moisture has made a big oops. And if you look at I think it's like 3 to 4 people that were in charge of this marketing campaign. They're over the Shea Moisture line under the Loreal umbrella. Not one of them looks like me. So you're telling me that you guys are going to come up with a marketing campaign, a strategic campaign that's going to speak to me, but you don't have anybody that looks like me represented on your panel. That's crazy.
Well, and like I told you before we started, the most I've heard about it was people, like I know on my Twitter feed or Facebook timeline, talking about people need to shut up and stop acting like it's a big deal. They're gonna still buy the product. Um, you know, to a degree that's gonna be true about some people, but I have an issue with somebody who's going to tell you don't question something just because they're comfortable with how things are. It kind of irks me when people say things like that because, I mean, and I've been guilty of saying it before, but you have to respect the fact that, like, how can I put this? I guess the thing is, it's an issue. It is going to be an issue because you don't know what this company is going to do with the product. They've already changed the marketing. You don't know if it's going to be the same exact product. They bought the name. You have to remember that they didn't necessarily buy Shea Butter to keep making the same product. They bought the name. We've seen companies do it all the time. Buy the name, change the way that the brand is represented, that it's distributed, made, all that. So, I would hold off on stop being upset because you're going to get it anyway and wait and see exactly what they're going to do because they're changing their strategy on presenting it. It wouldn't surprise me if they just put the name Shea Butter on something they already make,
Yeah. Definitely.
It's something that they make that they think is similar.
Or better.
Yeah.
God
So,
forbid they can find something better.
yeah. So, I mean, hopefully they don't destroy the product and change it. And maybe
Let me
there's
just,
some.
let me just say this. In Shea Moisture's defense, those are some bomb products. My hair, which Mike, you have, we've talked on the phone before, and it's taken me 5 hours to do my hair, from washing it to conditioning it to blow drying it to flat ironing it to wrapping it to tying it down and then getting ready for the next day. But those are some very good products. And when I say we, I mean the group of people that I've been talking to, we're just upset because you're gonna whitewash it. The commercial had one black woman, and then it had one black woman, two white women that were embracing their natural hair. Okay. First of all, two different women, two different races, two different naturals. Let's just put that out there. My natural is not going to be Becky with the good hair's natural. Just ain't gonna be it. So you're telling me that you have a product that's gonna cater to both of our needs? Me as a black woman, I need moisture in my hair. So I add moisture. Shea Moisture. White people traditionally, customarily, statistically, normally, whatever word you want to use, they have oily hair. They're trying to remove the oil, and I'm trying to put the oil in. What in all that is beautiful on this glorious day, what chemical combination can you come up with that is going to satisfy both of those needs? That is like, to me, that is like me saying that my skin is oily in my T-zone. I'm dry everywhere else. So everywhere else I need moisture, and in my T-zone, I don't. I cannot use the same product all over my face and think that it's going to work. It's not going to. Something is going to be compromised. And something is going to be compromised if they try it that way. And mind you, they did pull the ad, and this is crazy. Shea Moisture apologized for Pool's controversial ad. We really effed this one up. And I think that their thought process was that we as a community, we weren't going to say anything. We were just going to be cool with that. And so they were wrong.
That kind of speaks volume, though, because it goes back again to the people on the timeline. There's clearly people out there who just don't care. As long as they can get what they want, you can present your stuff however you want. And maybe that's why they felt that way, because there are people out there who don't care, maybe, or who don't want to think beyond their wants. And I think that's the biggest thing, that bothers me about the response when people respond like that. It's just like,
mind you, I completely get it. I really do. But here's the thing. And this has been a long time coming for me. I am no longer willing to sit back or take the sidelines on things that are going to affect me. I mean, for the longest time, traditionally, we have this in corporate America would not be seen as acceptable. And it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look crazy, but it's also not their norm. Their norm is straight down. The straighter, the better, and the longer, the better. But I mean, even when I am in uniform, like if you're in military uniform, your hair cannot touch your shoulders. So traditionally, the military did not even allow braids. Like you couldn't wear the braids while you were in uniform. You couldn't. So it's just, to some people, it's just hair. And I get that. But to others, it's our culture, it's our history, it's our pride, it's our life. Because so many times we're having to assimilate. And I think in the commercial, the lady was like, "Yeah, I'm loving my red hair." You loving your really? Oh, you think that they're gonna tell you that you can't have red hair at work? Really?
Yeah, okay. Like in the military, I understand military, they make you wear certain men, women, you have to have certain hairstyles,
But even they
I
came
don't
around.
yeah, even they've changed, but like yeah. Um if it's just hair, then who cares? I can understand like if you don't comb and wash your hair and it's just out of place and all over the place. Okay. That's a lack of professionalism because you're not being neat. Okay, I understand that. If if there's that, like they want you to be neat at work, that's one thing. But yeah, yeah, braids are not a bad hairstyle. Dreads aren't, as long as you keep them, tidy. All that stuff. It's just weird. Like I said, the whole who
It's an
cares? I'm still
uncomfortable
gonna buy a
situation.
thing.
Yeah.
I guess it bothers me the most because we, as African Americans, are forever having a history of not liking the things that people do,
Mm-hmm.
but loving something so much that we're willing to, give
Yep.
it a pass
Yep.
and just let it go. It's like, whatever, I'm still gonna. It's just like, Jordans. People know the history of Michael Jordan and how he perceives
Yes.
taking care of communities and
Yep.
charity and all that. Dude's just out for the cash. And we're willing to go spend $200+ on shoes for a guy who doesn't invest in his community, who never really invested in his community at all. Um, fucking Tommy Hilfiger back in the day, he used to say like racist fucking shit about black people all day long, but people, when it was in style, had to have that Hilfiger jacket, or Hilfiger jeans. They don't care. They had to be cool. It's stuff like that. So
Right.
it's not a surprise to see companies still do that because at the end of the day, we kind of let them off the hook religiously.
Unfortunately. And now, you know, now I vote with my dollars. So I've always said that we as a people, um, we run and we put our dollars into the other communities. They're not circulating those dollars back into our community. You need hair products, you go to the hair store. 99.9% of the time, that hair store is probably going to be owned by an Asian.
Yeah.
But then we don't want to um, frequent the black stores. That's not something that we want to do. So now I don't even listen to people. When they complain about something, the first thing I ask them is, okay, well then, are you going to stop going there? Because you can vote with your dollars. I vote with my dollars and I vote with my feet. I won't frequent a business. I won't patronize a business that I feel like is not representative and not to my culture, not to my community. I started doing it. Maybe they don't miss my little $9 at the wing shack owned by the Asians. But if more people start doing it, they will. Maybe they don't miss my dollars when I go to the hair store, and over here, it's a black owned store. It's $12 for this bottle of conditioner. Whereas if I go to the Asian store, it might be $8. So it's just a mess. Shea Moisture completely screwed this one up. And I'm glad that they realized that. I'm glad that they pulled the ad. Now, the next thing that I would like to see is for them to put a person of color on that campaign, a person of color in a leadership position so that they can be on the right foot the next time that they decide to do something like this. Because I'm sorry, your red hair compared to my natural, it's nothing that is remotely comparable at all. So,
Yeah.
I don't see that at all. But, you know, hey, whatever. Whatever.
Yeah. All right. So, MC.
Hey.
Whatever.
Okay. So this is kind of nerdy. And I'm sure I'm going to want to come back to this. I'm positive that I will, because I want to have my friend, your friend.
Cardiac, please hit me up if you want.
Yes. Cardiac,
we need to do a text show with you or something so we can satisfy this girl's geekdom. Good Lord.
Yes.
Y'all could be the gadget crew.
Right. So why do I want him here though?
Because y'all in this goddamn self-driving car.
So we're talking about this self-driving car, and it's all type of text in the self-driving car. First of all, anybody that has a recent car, I won't even say a luxury vehicle, because the Ford Focus has a lot of tech in it. Different cars have tech in it. But like, for instance, my car has so much tech in it that it's crazy. Bluetooth, USB port, lane keep assist, which my brother hates because it'll drive the car for a little bit and turn curves for you and all of that. Blind spot detection. What else? Bluetooth. Some cars have Wi-Fi. So it's all type of tech in your car. Now they're getting ready to bring another type of tech to the car, and not even getting ready to. They have already started the process. There are already cars that have this tech in it, and that is the self-driving car. And so me and Cardiac talked about it a little bit on Twitter one day about who's responsible. You're getting all this tech, so who's going to be responsible when you get it? You're driving down the street, my car, your car. We're driving down the street. We're at a four-way stop. You're turning, I'm going straight. Your car turns, my car goes straight, I hit you. Neither one of us are driving, so who's at fault? Whose insurance pays? Whose car would be considered defective? Like, all these different things. And so that is like amazing to me, but you already know that. You know that I'm a techie, nerdy, geeky type of chick. So Cardiac, I want you to come on. We're going to talk about it. I want to say, no, serious business. I think Cardiac's thought process is he don't care who's at fault. He just wants the car to drive itself. I think that's what he was saying on Twitter. But that's like a really big thing. And in my class, I chose the self-driving cars because I've talked about getting my master's in cybersecurity, but my focus, my niche, my crown jewel is going to be tech and the law. So tech and the legal system. So that runs the gamut from digital forensics. You delete a picture off your phone. The police say that you had it. You remotely delete it. How can they recover it? To stuff like this, the self-driving car. Who's going to be at fault? Who's going to be liable? To hacking, or another tech that I want to get Cardiac's opinion on is they are now embedding humans with microchips so that they can go and swipe their arm to go into the door and all that. I personally have my thoughts on that, but I'll wait until he gets here so that we can discuss it fully and I won't dilute or muddy the waters. But you'll probably be shocked on what I say on that one. But definitely with the self-driving cars. So And I know that before we started, you said that you would think that it's whoever hard drive is not updated. Now,
That was just a joke.
okay, because I was going to say that is a good premise. But then the question is, if you have a Ford and then you have a Toyota, and Ford's is up to date. They are like cutting edge. But Toyota is kind of behind the times. I know that it would probably be opposite since Toyota is the foreign vehicle. Just saying. But if I'm up to date on my manufacturer standards, but not on the standards as a whole, then would I still be held liable?
Well, see, here's the thing, because it's going to get deeper, because there's going to be patents,
Yep.
trademarks. People are going to own certain technology. People are going to try to find ways to do things a little differently. It's going to be a while before insurance companies are going to have to figure this out. They definitely going to have to figure this out.
Because they definitely want their coins.
The thing is this, even with that as a complication, you have to still think that the idea of liability would be less of a stressful thing, considering that these cars are going to be modeled to drive in a quote-unquote perfect way. They're going to abide by the rules, so to speak.
Okay.
I think the biggest issue that you're going to have in the beginning is the driverless car versus the car with the driver. That car that's going to drive at the speed limit, that's going to make the proper turn, that is going to stop, when it's supposed to,
okay,
and so forth, versus that person who don't give a fuck, is going to go too fast, going to cut off anybody they can because they're trying to get where they need to go as quickly as possible. Aren't going to be looking in their blind spot when they be coming over. That motherfucker who I have to deal with every day, who, because you on the left-hand side, knowing you need to make a right turn in 10 feet, you're just going to drift over with no turn signal, God damn it, you son of a bitch, and cut me off. Like, seriously, y'all, DC area, I need you to get your life with that. But that's the thing. This is where the problem's going to be. And then the car's going to like make the adjustments to stop and avoid an accident. Then it has to worry about that person who's driving back there, who's on his ass, not like giving any room. It's just like, that's where the issue, I think, is going to be.
And my brother has went out on a tangent. But I will say this. So my car has, I don't even know the name of the technology. And I'm not going to go out and get the book. But my car will not allow me to rear end anybody. My car will not allow me to back into anybody. And I've tested it. I know that sounds crazy to people, but I have, because like I've been going at a rate of speed. The car in front of me stopped. I didn't hit my brakes. I wanted to see what my car would do. Now, if I had ran into somebody, I probably would have been screwed. But then I would have argued with the car company. So that would have been completely different. But what it did was it threw on the brakes and it stopped. And I remember my daughter was in the car and she goes, "Oh my gosh, Mom, you hit them." I'm like, "No, I didn't." She said, "Yes, you did." Well, the vehicle in front of me pulled off. We pulled off. We pulled over. I looked, I was like, "See, nothing." So I think that you're right. It is going to be the manned car versus the unmanned car. I think that what's going to happen, though, is that the cars will still talk to each other. And so the manned vehicle will know that there is an unmanned vehicle and vice versa. And I think that if the manned vehicle, which this is another legal thing, or could be, with the manned vehicle, once it senses that there is an unmanned vehicle there, would it then take over for the human to lessen the likelihood of being, knocked off or whatever?
Well, so here's the other swerve. What if that manned vehicle doesn't have the opportunity to do that? Because I'm sure some of these cars have features where you can turn all that stuff off. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, like I can turn off
And
every.
I can see a lot of people because I like know somebody who was like, I can't stand that backup shit. I turn that shit off. You
Oh my
know,
gosh, I love it. And the one time that I did not use it and did not turn it on, guess what?
bumped into something.
I almost ran into something backing up.
See, but I know people who are like, I hate that shit because they don't want to listen. They don't want to be warned. They don't want to have to. They just want to go.
Right.
You know, people.
Right.
You have
I
to.
mean,
People are very patient,
my
and they're very afraid of what technology can do.
that is going to be the biggest problem, is that there are going to be a lot of people that are afraid of tech. I have a friend who, I love iPads. I have an iPad Pro. I have an Apple Pencil. If I go into a meeting, 9 times out of 10, instead of taking my laptop, I'm going to take my iPad with my pencil and I'm going to write my notes. I'm probably also going to record voice memos throughout. I have a friend that absolutely positively refuses to do that. She still uses an iPad, but she will not take notes on it. She has an iPhone, but she doesn't use the voice memo. She'd rather do the old school mini cassette with the hit the record. That she is so old school. I am an avid reader, which Mike, you know this. I love to read, and I try to read at least 3 to 4 books a month, give or take a few. But I still love the feeling of turning the page. So I love the fact, and it's a mental thing. I love the fact that on the iPad and the Kindle app, you can turn the page. I mean, you're just swiping, of course, but
Yeah, but I know what you mean.
But it gives the look of turning the page, which then triggers the memory of me actually turning the page. So
yeah, that's understandable.
So yeah. But cardiac, jump on. Yes, I cannot wait to have this conversation with him. Well, what? We're gonna
y'all too goddamn nerds. In fact, I have to hit him back because he was like, "So you're not telling me you're live streaming now?" I'm like, "Dude, come on, leave me alone." Like, y'all motherfuckers, y'all get on my nerves.
Yeah, matter of fact, excuse me while I send him a tweet right now.
Oh my god.
I'm going to send it to him right now.
I wish you had never brought up that damn subject because now I got to deal with both of y'all geeks. But I will need your geekiness sometimes, Cardiac, because I am taking my VOIP class, so you probably can help me with that. So, yeah, come on. Stick around, bro. No.
Whatever.
No, whatever.
But hey, if you guys have any questions about that you want us to answer, or maybe you're curious about it, shoot us a message. Of course, the links will be below so that we can get that going. Let's see, what else?
All right, next, you're the topic master.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember. What was my third topic?
Well, there was something you wanted to talk about, but
no, we're not going to do that one. That one's going to take too long.
You veered off. Yeah. I wanted to know what was behind all this craziness.
Well, I'll tell you about that offline.
Yeah. You better.
Oh, I don't really have anything else, but I know that you want to talk about your president. So
I don't really want to talk about him. You brought up the idea of the government being shut down.
That's a real possibility. Man, we're gonna go to war.
Well, I see your thing is you think the government's going to be shut down because they're not going to be able to agree on this budget. I'm thinking we're going to get blown up way before people got a chance to vote on this thing, because he picking fights with as many people as he possibly can to avoid the attention of his bullshit.
And I'm sorry, this is crazy. This is what I will say. He's like the little angry little short man walking around that wants to prove to everybody that he is better than them, bigger than them, better than them. He's gonna get us blown up. I'm moving to Australia. That's a real possibility. I hear that the food is nice, the weather is great, and you can live over there like a queen or a king. Yeah, yeah, that's it. But yes. So
Yeah, I
when are
don't
we
know
doing
about
this week's
living like a
party at?
king or queen because something's gonna kill you over there.
That's all right. It
I mean,
won't be.
hey, as someone who has some cool ass Australian friends, shout
Hmm.
out to Curtis and to Pete. Y'all my boys, but you know how your country is. That shit will murder you. Like I'm sitting talking to Pete on Skype one day, and he's like, "Yeah, sorry for the delay. We had an issue. There were like spiders coming out of the toilet. What the fuck? Really? You got spiders crawling out of the toilet? Really? I'm not dealing with that. He used to tell. They used to tell me about stories how they'd be at school. Like this one time, they were out at recess at school, and this kangaroo is walking around, and this little boy decides to go up to the kangaroo and mess with it, and the kangaroo punched the shit out of the little boy. Like shit like that. Like that shit really happens. It's not a joke, y'all.
Well, then he shouldn't have been messing with the kangaroo.
Well, no, he shouldn't. So he got what his ass deserved. The
So
fact
I'm
that the
perfectly
kangaroo
all
was
right with that.
near the school like that to be punched, like ready to punch your ass out, it's a serious issue.
Right.
I'm not trying to. I am not trying to like. There are so many things in that country that can murder you within an instant. I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, I think it's a beautiful country. I think it's a cool country. I just need for them to eliminate the murder elements, and I'll be fine. I'll be just fine. Just get rid of the murder stuff, please.
Well, whatever.
But then
But that's
again,
really awesome.
we got the cops, so we got our own murder stuff here. Shit.
Ain't that the truth? Well, that's all I have. I mean, I don't know if you have anything you want to discuss, but
I know we could go into detail about your president if you want to. It's up to you.
no, that's all I had. I'm just saying he gonna get us killed. So y'all be careful.
I just want to know what he's going to do with the Senate. The fact that he's making the Senate come to the White House to discuss.
That's scary.
Yeah, that is scary because they were saying this never happened before because there are specific places where they do this that they have a routine for securing them so that they can't have information leak and stuff like that. And now he's changing up the whole program. I have a feeling like he's trying to bring them there so he can tell them they're fired and that from now on he's going to do everything or something. That's what scares me. Like he's going to try to like do some executive order where he puts himself in like a dictatorship or some crazy shit like that. Some stupid shenanigan.
Well, that's all I have. So,
yeah. See, she just had to do the microwave show because she needs to get herself prepared. So, you did a good job, though. You did it fast enough so you can get ready for your lovely trip.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
You want to talk about that damn topic, by the way?
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so let's go through the usual stuff. As always, you can catch this show here on YouTube. If you watch the video, or you can go over to SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play Music, and iTunes and subscribe and download the audio version for free. That way you can take it on the go and listen whenever you want. Thank you again to everybody who follows us. We've been getting a lot of follows on SoundCloud lately, and I appreciate that for all of our podcasts. So, thank you guys for doing that. Spread the word. Feel free.
Mike can be found on Twitter at what address?
I am at Black BLAK_Magus MAGUS. Miss Katina, who clearly is excited about her new handle, can be found at what?
And I am Katina J.
She's so proud of herself now.
Yes.
I will change that now because she's gonna make me change everything.
Yes. Because I mean, mind you, I'm still poetic thinking, but we trying to get this branding more professional thing going. So I am Katina J, and that's I-am Katina Katina J.
And of course, you could also find the network at wiseguygse on Twitter. You can email us at wiseguygse@gmail.com. And that is about it. So go ahead and say goodbye to the people so you can go and pack.
Whatever. Goodbye, great people.
You know that's what you're about to go do. And again, thank you everybody for watching and listening. We appreciate it. We will see you on the next episode of the His Point Her View podcast. Peace.
Because on the next episode, Mike will be back on camera. Yay!
Well, maybe. Hopefully, I won't be sick. She's goddamn cold. Yes, I will be back on camera. Yes. All right, everybody. Later.